Eddie, you've been at the centre of a bit of an upheaval. You've sacked Heinz Harald Frentzen. You've got Jean Alesi in your team. Before we talk, let's get the latest from Louise Goodman.
Jean Alesi has had a lot to get to grips with this weekend, and it hasn't been plain sailing all the way. Even finding the right garage proved tricky on Friday. Jean was halfway to Prost before he realised his mistake. Things were starting to come together by the end of qualifying, but Alesi was still over a second adrift of his teammate.
The problem was my adaptation. It took too much time to be able to drive the car as the car go, because if you look, Trulli is fifth. It's a fantastic performance for our team, and they give me the target of the car, and I have to push to be at least at this level.
Really, we've got the experience with the car, and Jean's the new boy. Maybe in a couple of races' time after he's done that and a couple of tests in between, he'll be able to add more to the package, if you like. But at the moment, obviously, we're taking the leading role because we've got all the knowledge and the experience, and we've also got Jarno's car to relate to. Jean's strength has always been in his career that I'm aware of, that he is a racer. You know, that's what it's about. When when he puts the helmet on Sunday, that's when everybody stands up and be counted.
Heinz Harald Frentzen has a point to prove this weekend. He slipped pretty seamlessly into his new seat at Prost and impressed the team with his performance so far.
I have to say I tried very hard today. I mean, to get the best balance out of the car. It was not so easy, not having any test session before, test practice before. So what I have here, what I received here, I try to do the best, and that's the maximum outcome.
It's been a very steep learning curve for him. He's never used Michelin tyres before. They work very differently to Bridgestones. So our car is also very different to the Jordan, and he had an awful lot of work to do to just learn about the car and try and get things sorted out for the race. Heinz Harald is very calm, very, very good and methodical technically. And, I think Jean's races with his heart, basically. It was sad for him to leave the team, but I think Heinz Harald has more than filled his boots, and hopefully if things go well, we'll be beating Jean on the track.
It was a heck of a decision of yours to get rid of Heinz Harald Frentzen. It's not always in this business that people are genuinely shocked. I think they were by that move.
I mean, I really think enough has possibly been said about this issue, and rather than dragging up things, obviously want to think about today and today's results and Jean and Jarno in the team. But Heinz, and it must be remembered that he brought the best results to Jordan so far. So it was an enormously difficult decision, a decision that I wouldn't want to make too often. But I have to think about the long-term future of the team and where the team was going and the difference of opinions that we had. And I am committed to winning a championship, and I need to do that quickly. I don't really want to hang around here for life, and Formula One is a cruel business, can be cruel, but it can be very enjoyable at the same time. And I think I don't want to say too much. I would like to wish Heinz Harald a good race today. I hope we beat him, and he hopes he beats us.
Have the two of you had a chat here at all?
Don't think we've quite got around to having a chat yet. I don't know why you say that. Thanks a lot.
The solicitors, it's all right.
Yeah. Now, well, Jean Alesi, you'd have been talking to him, but I'm just wondering, how long is this arrangement with Jean Alesi? He's saying it's for next season as well, as far as you're concerned. How long will Jean be wearing the yellow?
The real facts are, and such like, that he will drive for the remainder of this season. He is what we need at the moment. We needed a very experienced hand to help us through a difficult period. Some people call it turmoil. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. But nevertheless, it was a situation where we needed an experienced hand and somebody that we knew. And I don't think I know anyone better than Jean. He lived with us, he's part of our family, he's almost like a son. It's hard to describe that there is a connection. But it wasn't done for that. It was done because I think he can drag the results out of the car. But
you want Jean Alesi to deliver immediately, don't you, Eddie?
I think it'll be particularly difficult either for Heinz or for Jean to deliver here, and that's always the penalty you pay. Because of the gap, there was a 3-week gap, which is enforced to no testing or qualifying, which made it even more difficult because the drivers had been pitched in with actually no knowledge of the cars whatsoever. That's a pretty daunting prospect for any driver, no matter how talented, however professional they are, and they all are very professional. It is a big task to do.
Now, Jarno Trulli has come back full of running from his holiday, but he's a bit of a wanted commodity, isn't? And there's a strong story linking him with a drive at McLaren now.
Time will tell. People might say maybe I'll get my comeuppance in another way, who knows. Listen, I think that's all in the future. Nevertheless, Jarno, what he is doing in the team, and he is relishing this position now. He's the #1 driver in Jordan. You can see, I believe, he's upped his game already this weekend. He is a very rare talent, and he's very focused, he's young, he's committed, and he's fast. It's about all you need.
You would want to keep him, though?
Of course. And I think if you ask him the same thing, there are one or two little niggly little things that need to be sorted out, and other than that, everything is agreed. So, all being well, we'll talk about it in the future, maybe next race.
Yeah, I mean, you know this world backwards. Are people waiting for a certain extent on the former world champion Mika Häkkinen to see what he's going to be doing?
I'm not sure Mika Häkkinen has a part to play in this, although there's all sorts of rumours about other teams and things. But I mean, Formula One lives on rumours. I don't need to tell you that. But and Jordan is its own provider of those rumours from time to time in itself. But quite leaving that aside, Jarno Trulli and Jordan, I think the method and the mode and the happiness about the way the team is structured, I think it makes sense for both of us to do and get on with next year.
But a super qualifying performance from Jarno Trulli, getting past Mika Häkkinen. What was 61 minutes on the clock, wasn't it?
Well, that's what he has just recently acquired, is that he has become that little bit more hungry. He has gained in confidence, and I think this, at this stage, is becoming a little bit of a psychological barrier as well. He now believes he can take on these guys. And Mika Häkkinen, twice world champion, the up-and-coming star, you know, Jarno, he's full of it. He just really wants to get in there. And I think we can see a lively race from him today, too, because he will not give in. We saw what happened with Coulthard at Silverstone. Everyone has their own opinion as to who made the right mistake or the wrong mistake, but in this particular case, I think a message was delivered, and that is Jarno Trulli is not going to be an easy pushover. He's there to win races in the future.